I think it's crazy how life works sometimes, because I came to Atlanta expecting one thing, but here I am sitting at a coffee shop with snow falling outside and nothing to do but sit with my thoughts and a canceled flight. And then it hit me. Heartbreak and snowstorms have a lot in common. Both force you to pause and reflect. Whether you're ready or not, they come either way. Today, I want to talk to you about these moments of stillness are actually life's way of helping us rebuild and come back stronger. I think it's crazy how right now, I'll probably throw some B-roll of the fact that there's a snowstorm that happened here in the city of Atlanta, and it is quiet. There is nothing going on. It's like a ghost town. Emptiness in the streets. It's crazy. And it reminds me that heartbreak can do the same thing for you. You don't often see it coming, and it causes this level of stillness within you, which creates space for you to reflect. And I love that. Right now, I'm in a current season of growth and self-discovery. I booked a random trip to Atlanta 3 days prior to booking the trip to Atlanta. It wasn't like a planned trip. I booked it, came out here with no plan, and here we are. And if I'm going to be honest, it's because I entered a season of healing. I had to walk away from a situation that was no longer serving me. It was the hardest thing that I ever had to do. It was painful. And I know I needed to do it. Definitely know that I needed to do it and run towards God. For sure. Snowstorms forces everything to pause, just as heartbreak does in our personal lives. Sometimes when we go through a traumatic heartbreak, not sometimes, oftentimes when we go through a traumatic heartbreak, we are forced to pause. We're in this moment of shock, feeling tremendous pain, and all you can do is sit in it. Oftentimes we want to run from it, and sometimes we do, but eventually you have to sit in it and process it and work through it. In moments like these, in moments of stillness, it reminds me of a scripture, Isaiah 41:10, which says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold with my righteous hand." And it reminds me that even in this stillness that we're in, God is always with us. Even if we don't feel him, even though we don't see him, even if we don't think he's working, he is working. And I know this trip and how everything played out is exactly how it was supposed to play out. I feel it in my heart. And when everything feels like it has stopped, God is right there, offering strength and comfort. I think, honestly, this is a great moment to just stop and just let that verse sink in. Because storms provide an opportunity for renewal, restoration, redemption. And that's exactly the season I'm in. That's why I'm so excited. I walked away from a situation that wasn't serving me. I was pouring so much into a person that wasn't ready for something that I was ready for. And I was hoping that if I held on long enough, if I poured into this person enough, then maybe they would eventually get ready. But I realized that I was abandoning myself trying to pour into somebody else. And not only that, I lost my focus on God. and I started to feel suffering and pain. I kept telling myself it was all going to be worth it if I just held on a little longer. And the longer I held, the more pain I felt, to the point where I realized I needed to let go. And that's what I did. I let go. And I broke my heart in the process. One, for allowing myself to be in a situation that gave me a love that I didn't deserve. I deserved better. But in that moment, I convinced myself that that is what I deserved. That's why I stayed. But being able to fall back into myself and fall right into God's hands really, really saved me. That's why I'm not in shambles. I'm not being destructive, not falling apart. God's keeping me together. I've been reading scripture. I've been diving into his word, listening to worship music, and I just feel this overwhelming sense of peace and happiness. I'm getting a little choked up right now, but I love the fact that everything played out the way that it did. Because everything had to go exactly the way it went. And it couldn't have gone any other way because it didn't. So I'm going to share 5 kind of ways or structures to help you through a season of heartbreak or to rebuild after heartbreak. The first one is to embrace the pause. Allow yourself to sit in the discomfort. That's what I've been doing. That's what I did. And it's so powerful because it allows you to feel the emotions. So it doesn't get trapped inside of your body. It doesn't get trapped in your actions, in your thoughts, and weigh you down. The next step is to journal your thoughts, to put them down somewhere. And that's what I've been doing actually for the last couple of days. And I didn't realize how powerful it was until I started doing it. Because writing down what you're feeling gives you the ability to learn during this time about yourself, your patterns, why you feel what you feel, reflect on the relationship, what you allowed and what you don't want to allow next time, whether it's that with that same person and in terms of setting up boundaries and making sure that person actually has grown, or for yourself in the next relationship that you step into. Just hearing the way I speak right now, obviously there's some healing needing to be done or continuing to be done because I'm already talking about going back with the same person. Why? Why? I loved her and I still do love her. That's why. But prioritize self-care. That's number 3. Your physical, your mental, your spiritual. I talk about in terms of journaling, focusing on pies, Pies. Your physical, your intellectual, your emotional, and your spiritual. And reflecting on the states that they're in every day. Grading yourself from 1 to 10. Number 4 is lean on faith. God's got you. God has got you. Lean on faith. And that will keep you from breaking. I promise you. When you feel weak, when you're struggling, God will give you the strength to heal and as well as the strength to love again. Because his love is unconditional, unwavering. He'll never let you down. And number 5 is set intentions for growth. So use this time to have a stronger foundation for your future. Set intentions as to how you're going to grow, what you're going to do, how you're going to improve. This entire year, my goal is to continue to travel. I'm moving for me. I'm growing for me. I'm living for me. At one point, I was living for we when I was in a relationship, but I realized that I was the only one showing up for the two of us. And now I realize this is a season of my life that I need to show up for me. I deserve it. And I'm so grateful for that. God's got me. He's been guiding me along the way. I'm not going to make every decision correctly. I'm not going to be perfect. But this is the time for me to realize my flaws, my weaknesses, and strengthen them. And try to be the person that God is developing me to be. I'm realizing that these delays, these denials, these seasons that he's placing me in is not to destroy me. It's to develop me. And I'm so grateful for that. If you're in a storm right now, remember that This is not the end. And I want you to remember that and let that sink in. This is just the beginning of your transformation. Lean into the stillness and trust the process. Trust that God will guide you towards healing and growth. I'm telling you, you're not alone. And if you're watching this video right now and you resonate with anything that I shared with you, I have a free healing community that I just started up about a week or two ago. God called on me to just create this community for free. No catch, no price, nothing, no antics. Free healing community, men and women. Click on the link in the description. You can join for free. There's a video on there with the intro letting you know what it's about. And I would love to see you in there. One monthly Zoom call for us to connect and heal. There'll be modules and materials and things of that nature to guide you in your healing journey, to remind you that you're not alone and you're able to pour into others as well as others to pour into you. That being said, thank you so much for spending time and watching this video. Peace from this.